Good morning to all. I am G. Venkatesh from the Department of English. I hope you are fine and safe at home. In the previous class, we gave you the instruction to write first composition. I hope you would have completed it. Many of you have not sent the copy of the first composition. Try to complete it fast and send it to your English teachers. In this class, we are going to complete the supplementary 5. Little Cyclone, the story of a grizzly bear, and we are going to give you instructions to write the second composition. Dear children, in the previous class we started our unit 5 supplementary Little Cyclone, the story of a grizzly cub, written by William Temple Hornaday. So in this story we saw a little grizzly cub, bear cub. It was living at the bank of Chilcot River, and it was separated from his mother and his brother, and it was brought to Porcupine City. Then the humans chained it with a collar, and then the bear cub was taken by a Zoological Society field agent, and what happened next we are going to see it. So it was shipped, the bear was shipped to New York. So from Porcupine City, the bear cub was taken by a Zoological Society field agent, and it was shipped to New York. Then he was at the time as droll and ruggish. So take page number 147, the last paragraph. He was at the time as a droll and ruggish looking a grizzly cub as ever stepped. In a grizzly grey full moon of fluffy hair, two big black eyes sparkled like jet beads. Behind a pudgy little nose absurdly short for a bear. Expecting for his high shoulders, he was little more than a big bale of grey fur set up on 4 posts of the same material. But his claws were formidable. Here, what is by formidable? Formidable means dangerous. So the claws means the animal's nails. The claws were formidable, dangerous, and he had the true grizzly spirit. It was behaving like a true grizzly bear. The bear's nursery at the New York Zoological Park is a big yard with a shade tree, a tree to climb, a swimming pool, 3 sleeping dens, and a rock cliff. It never contains fewer than 6 cubs and sometimes 8. So it was taken to New York. There it entered into a bear's nursery at New York Zoological Park. It is a big place. Yard refers place with a shade tree. A tree to climb. There was a tree to climb up. A swimming pool is there. 3 sleeping dens. We may know dens. The animals which take a rest in the dens. And a rock cliff to see the area in the top angle. There is a top rock cliff. It never contains fewer than 6 cubs and sometimes 8. So the number of the bear cubs did not come down to 6. So the fewer lesser, minimum value 6 bears, at least 6 bears would be there. Naturally, it is a good test of courage and temper to turn a new bear into that roistering crowd. So what they are telling, there is a word roistering. Roistering means celebrating noisily. If you enter into a new area, the crowd will cheer. So that is celebrating in a noisy way. It's called roistering. There is a roistering crowd in the new area. Naturally, it is a good test of courage you feel shy to enter into a new area, so to see new people around you. Like that, the bear cub also it was experiencing a new test of courage and temper to turn a new bear into that roistering crowd. Usually a newcomer is badly scared, so what will happen naturally, a newcomer usually feel bad and they feel scared during the first day, so during his first day in the nursery, and very timid during the next. So in the next day it will get fear. Timid means fear. But grizzlies are different. Grizzlies are different. They are born full of courage and devoid of all sense of fear. So bears are naturally born full of courage and devoid. They devoid of all senses. They don't have all senses of fear. They don't know what is the meaning of fear. It is a born nature. Next, they have given an image of bears. Take page number 148. When the little cyclone's traveling box was opened, they brought a little cyclone through a box, and he found himself free in the nursery. It was taken to the nursery, Bear's nursery at Alaska. When they opened the box of little cyclone, he found himself free in the nursery. He stalked deliberately to the center of the stage, center of the area. There is no stage, that means the area, the nursery, center of the nursery. Stalked means walked stiffly with pride, with a very proud. The bear, little bear, walked deliberately to the center of the stage, halted at the center and calmly looked about him, and he was examining the area around him. His air and manner said as plainly as English. So his activities at that nursery, we can understand by his behavior. What can we understand? I am a grizzly from Alaska and I have come to stay here. If any of you fellows think there is anything coming to you from me, come and take it. So if anything needed from me, come and take it. Like that, in a proud way, they are telling that bear was feeling. I am a grizzly from Alaska. I have come to stay. If any of you fellows think there is anything coming to you from me, come and take it. Next one. Little Tsar, C-Z-A-R. Little Tsar, a very saucy but good-natured European brown bear cub, walked up and aimed a sample blow at Cyclone's left ear. Here there is a word, saucy. Saucy means impertinent, cheeky. Saucy means cheeky. So it went near and it aimed a sample blow at Cyclone's left ear. Quick as a flash, out shot Cyclone's right paw, as only a grizzly can strike, and caught would-be Hazar on the side of the head. Here Hazar means a person who drives cattle while on horseback. So a person would strike the horse when he rides the horse. Like that, the little cyclone hit Tsar, the little bear, Tsar. Amazed and confounded. What is by confounded? Confused. Amazed and confused, Tsar fled in wild haste. Fled. It ran away. Tsar ran away in wild haste. Hastiness we know. In a hurry-burry manner, it ran away from the place after getting hit by the little cyclone. Next in order, a black bear cub, twice the size of cyclone. It is in the twice the size of cyclone, made a pass at the newcomer and he too received so fierce a counter charge attack and counter attacked by the little cyclone that he ignominiously quit the field and scrambled to the top of the cliff. Ignominiously, that means shamefully. Quit means stopped. It ran away from the field. So first little Tsar came there and he got hit by the little cyclone. Then the another black bear cub came to the center of the nursery to attack the little cyclone, but he too ran away. After getting hit by the little cyclone, and it scrambled to the top of the cliff. It climbed the cliff with fear. Cyclone conscientiously met every attack, real or feigned. Feigned means faked, not genuine. So that was made upon him. In less than an hour, it was understood by every bear in the nursery that queer looking grey fellow with the broad head and short nose could strike quick and hard, and that he could fight any other bear on 3 seconds notice. So all the bear cubs understood that the little cyclone was very dangerous. It could hit quick and hard. It could fight with any other bear on 3 seconds notice. So that was understood by all the other bears. From that time on, cyclone's position has been assured. So after that incident, the counterattack of little cyclone, all the bears confirmed the little cyclone could attack any bear in the nursery within 3 seconds notice. So after that, cyclone's position in the nursery has been assured, confirmed. He is treated with the respect that a good forearm inspires, but being really a fine-spirited, dignified little grizzly, he attacks no one and never has had a fight. So after that, cyclone was a good bear. It had a fine spirit of a real grizzly bear. It is a dignified little grizzly cub. And it also inspired all other bears by the defensive method. It just attacked the bears who started attacking the little cyclone. That's all. It did not start the fight by its own. It just hit the other bear which was starting to attack the little cyclone. So it had a fine-spirited little grizzly bear. He attacks no one after that. After that incident, he attacked no one and never has had a fight. After that, he had never fought with other bears. So with this, we conclude this lesson. Dear children, let us see our next composition, exercise number 2, letter writing informal. So a letter written for an informal purpose is called an informal letter. It is written for a casual purpose. It is not a formal. It is written for a casual purpose. So we usually send informal letters to parents, siblings. We write to our friends, classmates, or neighbors, like that. So format, let us see the format of an informal letter. Informal letter does not strictly follow the prescribed format. That means format of formal letters. We need not write from or to at the beginning. The language of an informal letter must be friendly. It should be casual, right? An informal letter can have extra information, right? The subject line is not required in an informal letter. There is no need to write subject. Dear children, this is the question of exercise number 2. Write a letter to your friend about your experiences during the recent Gaja cyclone. This is the question of exercise number 2. So this question should be written at the left side of your note. We usually write question of the letter writing at the left side of the note. As it is, you are going to write this question at the left side of the note. At the right side of the note, you have to write exercise number 2. Next line, in the next line, you need not write date, you just leave it empty. We will tell you the date afterwards. Then at the first line, you have to write letter writing informal within the bracket you have to write. Then leave one line and write Karur at the right side of the note, place Karur. Then next line we have to write date. So date we need not write, you leave it empty. We will tell you the date, then we can fill it. So exercise number 2 you have to write, then you have to leave a line for date. Then at the first line you have to write letter writing informal within brackets. It should be at the center of the page. After leaving one line, you have to write Karur, the place Karur at the right side of the note, and you have to write we have to write date, but we will tell you the date afterwards. So leave a space for that. Next, after the date, we write my dear friend. So this is we are writing a letter to our friend only. So we are writing my dear friend, comma, I am fine. Usually we write how are you? I am fine, like that. I am fine, full stop. I hope you are all fine there. So this is a common sentence. Next, you would have read in newspaper about the cyclone Gaja and how had it played on the Kaveri Delta region. Well, I had a bitter experience when the cyclone hit our town with full speed. Hundreds of trees were uprooted. There was no power supply and water supply for 4 days. The roads were damaged. We are now slowly returning to normalcy. Don't worry, we will meet soon. So these are the sentences which we have to write in the body of the letter. So please children, don't copy this letter in your composition note. Please write different composition, different letters. So don't use the same same letter in your composition note. Write different letters. So at the end we have to write your loving friend. This is one method. You can also write yours affectionately, like that. So your loving friend, comma, then you have to write your name. So please children, again I am telling, don't copy this letter at your composition note, in your composition note. Please use different letters. Everyone should write different letters. After that, we have to write address on the cover. We have to mention two address, then the next line we have to write the name of your friend. Then you can write any address, street name, and you have to write any district name. Don't copy this too. You have to write anything, any address. You should not copy this letter. I hope you would have understood this class. We ask you to write the second exercise, so try to complete it and send it to your English teachers. We will send you the homework through your WhatsApp group. Kindly do it and send it to your English teachers. Write 1 page of handwriting every day and send it along with your homework. Thank you very much.